As we approach the pivotal 2024 US elections, a crucial concept has emerged in discussions about the election night outcomes: the red mirage and its counterpart, the blue shift. These terms describe a phenomena where early Republican leads on election night are often diminished or reversed as mail-in ballots are counted in the days following the election. This pattern has significant implications for how we understand and interpret the US election results. The red mirage occurs when early reporting, often influenced by the timing of the ballot counting, shows Republicans ahead due to higher turnout among in-person voters. However, as mail-in ballots, typically cast by Democratic voters, are tallied later, the initial lead can evaporate. This situation has led to claims of election fraud, particularly from former US President Donald Trump, despite the fact that this trend is rooted in the mechanics of voting and the increasing reliance on mail-in ballots. To grasp the significance of the red mirage, we must reflect on the 2020 election. On the 3rd of November, millions of Americans went to bed without a clear understanding of the election outcome between then President Trump and now President Biden. Key battleground states such as Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin were still too close to call, leaving the nation on edge. As the days progressed, the counting of mail-in ballots dramatically shifted the narrative. For example, in Georgia, initial results showed Trump leading, but as the mail-in ballots were counted, Biden eventually took the lead. This shift became particularly visible in the early hours of the 6th of November when small batches of votes were counted, showcasing how late arriving ballots can decisively change the results. CNN projected Biden's victory on the 7th of November, 4 days after Election Day, but the counting continued. An analysis from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology revealed that counties won by Biden tended to count ballots more slowly than those won by Trump. This pattern, while significant, is not unique to 2020. It is similar to blue shift that was observed in 2016 election when Hillary Clinton, despite losing the Electoral College, maintained a popular vote lead thanks to late arriving ballots. The 2020 election saw an unprecedented rise in mail-in voting due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which led to some states sending mail-in ballots to all registered voters. States like California, which heavily rely on mail-in ballots, often experience delayed counting, resulting in a blue shift in popular vote totals. While media outlets like CNN project election winners based on available results, it's essential to recognize that these results are not officially certified until later. Each state has its own certification guidelines, typically allowing for recounts and disputes to be settled by the 11th of December this year. As we look ahead to this year's elections, various states are implementing changes aimed at streamlining the voting process and expediting ballot counting. For example, Georgia's new election law is expected to encourage more voters to cast ballots in person early, which could lead to quicker results. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger has indicated that a significant portion of ballots, estimated at around 70 to 75%, should be reported by 8 p.m. on election night. In North Carolina, reforms mean that mail-in ballots arriving after Election Day will not be counted, which could further speed up the overall process. Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, where pre-election day ballot processing is not permitted, officials are optimistic that their experiences from previous elections will lead to more efficient counting this time around. In Michigan, where processing can occur before Election Day, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson expressed hope that results might be known by the end of the day following the election, emphasizing a commitment to accuracy and security over sheer speed. Despite these optimistic projections, close elections can still result in delays. In Pennsylvania, for instance, Al Schmidt, the top election official, emphasized the importance of public trust in the electoral process, especially during the critical period after polls close. He highlighted the scrutiny that results faced in 2020, leading to unfounded claims that undermined confidence in the election outcome. The history of United States elections teaches us that tight margins can prolong the counting process. The infamous 2000 election is a prime example where a contentious recount in Florida stretched for 36 days before the Supreme Court intervened, effectively handing the presidency to George W. Bush. The prolonged uncertainty from the election serves as a reminder of the complexities involved in closely contested races. As the United States gears up for the election, it's crucial to recognize that while early projections may suggest a clear winner, the final results could take time to materialize, especially in states with significant mail-in voting. The interplay between early voting, mail-in ballots, and the specific counting rules in each state will continue to shape the narrative of this election. Ultimately, understanding the dynamics of the red mirage and the potential for a blue shift will be key for voters and observers alike. As the United States navigates the electoral landscape, it's essential to remain informed and patient as the results come in, recognizing that the electoral process is designed to ensure accuracy and fairness.